Hello, welcome. It's been a while. Thank you for being here. I wasn't too sure what this reading was about, and so I was guided to open up a page in Brene Brown's Atlas of the Heart book. And this is the page that I opened up to. My eyes immediately went to loneliness. So if you have been feeling a sense of loneliness, if you've been feeling even a sense of betrayal, because that could be, loneliness could be a byproduct, I want to call it, of feeling betrayed. I want to read this here for you. It says, I define invisibility as a function of disconnection and dehumanization, where an individual or group's humanity and relevance are acknowledged, unacknowledged, ignored, and or diminished in value or importance. Given that we are all here to be seen, known, and loved, invisibility is one of the most painful human experiences. So I bring that up to kind of introduce this reading. I feel like this is what the reading's going to be about, but there's also, it's like byproducts of loneliness. So I'm getting this feeling of feeling betrayed. This could even be like feeling like you betrayed yourself, feeling like you went back on your word, or this is interesting. So I'm going to just pull a card from this deck here. This is the Herbal Astrology Oracle by Adriana Ayales. I don't know how to say that last name. This is a Poesis deck that I'm also going to pull from by Andrea Juan. So, take what resonates. Don't try and make it fit. Don't try and force it. These birds could be significant. Yeah, breakthrough, radiant. There's something here about like realizing, recognizing something. Another bird here, a crow, could be significant, but it's like this person is breaking through. They're making a sound. They're burning away a foundation that is no longer in alignment with them. Maybe in the past it was, but it's no longer there. And I'm going to see how that ties into this message of loneliness. Yeah, balancing this struggle between who you are and who you are becoming. And that could be a very lonely experience as well. Something about nutrition or something like walnuts or something, maybe. That's interesting. What's this? Oh, okay. Never mind then. Yeah, holding space. It's almost as if this egg, it was cracked and they put it back together, and now they're like kind of seeing the beauty and the wholeness of being broken and put back together. It's not damaged goods. And now you're holding it with more reverence, with more love, with more, you're being careful about something here. Simplify and breathe is what flipped over. Intuition. More birds are standing out to me. I'm sure this deck has a lot of bird imagery in there, but I'm just really being called toward birds. Blue Lotus, number 5. Yeah, 5s are about hardship, but they're also about significant change. I feel like that's what's happening. You're being asked to simplify how you are doing something. How you are doing what? Let's get the tarot here. Maybe this is in the way that you're using your intuition or doing some kind of routine or ritual. Or maybe this is like calling you to, like, you don't need to have all the crystals and the stones and the oracle decks and the this and the that. You can just wake up. Something about simplifying the way you are doing something. Another 5. Yeah, simplifying the way that you are manifesting maybe some kind of connection through this loneliness that you're feeling, maybe some kind of healing, whatever this is for you. But this is also giving me, so the magician always comes through for me as self-love. And what's interesting, is in this book, it was on 177, I believe. Yeah, look, hope, hopelessness, and despair. There's something here. It's interesting. Okay, because on this page, I didn't read it, but I'm going to read this part now because I was thinking of self-love as the magician. This says self-security is the open and non-judgmental acceptance of one's own weaknesses. And this is what this is giving me here. This feeling of betrayal, yes, this feeling of being left out in the cold, this feeling of loneliness. It's something about being secure within yourself, giving yourself that love, giving yourself that respect and that reverence that you want it from someone else or that you want it from a situation, but also simplifying the way that you are trying to manifest this. You don't need to do all the, holding the crystal and manifest and visualization, blah, 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 blah. You just need to feel the feeling, feel the desire. You just need to want something and you'll be able to manifest it. Manifesting these days, you see a lot of videos about how to manifest and what to do and what to do, and it's simple, it's easy. You don't need to do all that extra shit. You really don't. You just need to have that desire and that willpower and that strength to continue moving forward, even when you don't see your manifestation in this physical reality. That's all you need is the desire. The desire was put into you by God, by the universe, whoever you resonate with, because you are capable of achieving it. And you need to recognize that manifesting is a simple act of just wanting, right? And I know you hear a lot of the times, like, when you want, you're telling the universe that you lack. And it's like, all right, yeah, sure, calm down though. It's the universe knows what you want and knows what you need. God knows what you want and knows what you need. The verbiage is not what matters. It's the feeling, right? God transcends all language, all grammar, all verbiage, all vocabulary. It's the feeling. All you need is the feeling. That's it. Yeah, I split on the 9 of Cups here. I'm probably going to read this card from the book. I don't know why I'm shuffling again, but let's see what happens here. King of Cups with the 10 of Swords. And again, the 6 of Wands with the Queen of Wands and the Sun. Yeah, with the 8 of Swords. There's something here about like feeling some kind of betrayal. I feel like this is like a betrayal of the self, and maybe it stems from being betrayed or being like someone or something doing something to you, but then like over time it's because that happened to you, you just continued betraying yourself. How can I put this? Like, you go through a breakup and you feel all this heartache, and so you get into a little funk, and you start eating terribly, you're sleeping all the time, that shit that just happens when you have heartache, right? I get it. I'm not judging at all. I understand for sure. But it's like the heartache happened, the betrayal happened, but you somehow kept cultivating that betrayal within you. And now it's showing up in not only your emotions and your feelings, but it's showing up in your actions, it's showing up in your finances, it's showing up in your manifestations. It just keeps showing up in your life because you're nurturing it in some kind of way. I don't really know I don't know. That's how I want to describe it though. Let's see what this, it's on page 24, 25. those can be significant ages, or like year 2024, 2025, which at the time of me recording this, it is 2025 right now, August 3rd, 9:35 in the morning. It's a Sunday. Ooh, 10:08 on the timer, 10:10 on the timer. Upright, intuitive knowing, unearthing the subconscious, meeting the guardians of mystery, dream work, initiation. When it's reversed, suppressed intuition, disbelief, disconnection, moodiness, lack of inspiration, hidden intentions, blockage of psychic powers. Yeah, okay. Astrological ruler, we have the sun and the moon up here. The sacred and mystical blue lotus, regarded as the flower of enlightenment, is the ethnobotanical treasure that has been recorded in ancient scriptures as a heal-all and is revered as an ancestral flower in mythological creation stories. Blue lotus is a water lily best known for its powers of euphoria, intuition, rejuvenation, and aphrodisia. Blue lotus was associated with the Egyptian sun god Ra, the ruler and bringer of light. It was used in religious rites and ceremonies led by shamanic priests to induce a trance state so one can commune with the gods. Yeah, and again, it was like you don't need to do all this extra stuff to commune and to connect with yourself or with others, right? You can just speak. You can just do. Just be. It was also used in funerary ceremonies after the death of a loved one, as blue lotus is said to assist the soul in entering the light. The ancient Maya also revered the blue lotus and other water lilies and referred to it in, I don't know how to say this word here. It's right here. As, okay, we're not going to get into this, but I'll figure it out later. I feel like I know how to say that, but anyway. This means precious water flower. Blue lotus, although revered as the flower of the sun, embodies both solar and lunar elements chemically. It contains a natural anti-spasmodic and relaxant called nuciferia, moon. Along with, I feel like this came out in another reading I did, when I was traveling. It's on my suitcase. It's like a yellow suitcase I'm doing a reading on. Anyway, where am I? Along with aporphine, which produces a sense of euphoria and bliss, which is represented by the sun. These alkaloids, among other medicinal components, bring about pain relief, stress relief, and a lucid awareness. The guidance here is the blue lotus is a direct doorway, a mediator into the world of gods. The perfected balance that it bestows us assists us in bridging and redefining a divine connection between the heart and the brain. Blue Lotus today is assisting you in widening your portals of your intuitive powers, granting you access to the realms of inner knowledge held within the great mystery. Remember, the lotus rises from the depths of muddy waters, untouched and impeccable, to blossom into majestic beauty. Don't allow the muddy waters of the blossoming process to suppress your intuition and belief in yourself. Trust the process and believe in the mystery. Listen deeply to the guardians of mystery as you unfold from the darkness. I love how this was talking about this balance between, what was it, like brain and heart? What was it saying? No, I forget. I was just reading, but this was giving me the same energy. King of Cups is balance between heart and mind. And it's like the blue lotus, it sprouts from muddy waters, from very heavy energies. You sprout, and there, look, the magician is at the bottom of that with the Knight of Wands. You sprout. You're victorious either way. 1441 mirroring numbers here. I think you need to realize that you don't need to do all the extras. You don't need all the extra glam. You don't need to get pretty. You don't need to get perfect. You just need to be who the fuck you are. Ooh, my bad. That just came out. Yeah, I'm just just relax. Just relax into yourself. And like going back to this message of loneliness, it's like sometimes we feel loneliness because we have neglected ourselves. And the moment we can reconnect with ourselves and just who we are and who we want to be, right? Even if we're transitioning in between identities, like just be that. Don't worry about. It is a lonely transition, right? When you're changing and you're blossoming. There's just something here about being resilient and being just coming out on top, like being this powerful entity to yourself is what I want to describe that as. So I hope that was helpful. I love you so much. Take care.